Five on Your Sideline is sponsored by Side and Stricker Nobi John Deere.
Work on me, 1, 2, 3.
The season is in full swing, the rust is knocked off, and the identities of most football teams have been created. Welcome into Five on Your Sideline. I'm Ahmad Hicks.
And I'm Corey Miller. Teams are either living up to that offseason hype or trying to figure out how things went south so quickly here in Week 3. So let's get to the action. Ahmad, you're up first.
All right, why don't we start with Cardinal Ritter? They're one of those teams that is gaining a lot of attention, and maybe because Marvin Burks comes as advertised. He's being recruited by a handful of Division I schools, including Mizzou, to play safety.
He'd look good in black and gold.
He would look good in black and gold. He says, I'll look good at running back, too, as he gets the first down. That drive will result in a turnover on downs. No worries, though, because Burks, he gets the ball later again. He goes in for his third score of the game. Cardinal Ritter, they were on top, and they would take this game.
All right, let's go CBC and SLU. It's all pleasantries before the game, but you know this is a rivalry on the field, and CBC's Jeremiah Love is going to run like this is a rivalry. Look at this, Ahmad. My goodness, that man refuses to go down.
Weight room.
Refuses to go down. Great run. That would set up a touchdown later on in the drive. Then it's going to be the other Jeremiah for the Cadets making a play. Jeremiah McClellan. Jason Wiley finds him wide open. He walks in for the score. CBC beats SLU 63-35.
Up next, Rittner versus the Ladue Rams. After a long drive by the Huskies, Billy Hall decides to call his own number, and it would be the first touchdown of the game. Rittner was in control. It was high fives for everyone after that. Now, Rittner going back, and they will get the ball back, and they're going back for more. Jaden Barnett was like me at the dinner table, just a little too greedy on this one. He's picked off by Luke Clado, and watch him set up this return. Look at him go all the way, almost down to the end zone, but he was gets stopped just a little short. We'll have the final on this game later on.
All right, Summit taking on Parkway Central. Grant Gibson, he's the quarterback for Summit. He's going to drop back, throws a quick out, and Samuel Vu slips past all the defenders, and the Falcons were spreading their wings early in this one against Parkway Central. They get the ball back. Luckily, this wasn't a 40-yard dash timing, but Cameron Fowler says slow and steady is going to win this race to the pylon. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's coming right at you in your living room. Touchdown Summit. They win 50-14.
Ladue fell in that other game, 33-27 at Rittner. Now let's check out one from yesterday. Francis Howell traveling to Lutheran North. Great play to get things started. Vance Gross hauls this one in, and he's off to the races. Gets some great blocks. He's rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling into the end zone. Gets a few high fives from the coaches. But Howell, man, they're just really, really good this year, Corey. Brady Holtman gets the carry. He finds the end zone, and then they were back on the attack again. This time a beautiful pass to Jude James. Man, that number looks good. 6 points for him. How they win 42-21.
Put that on a poster. That's a great catch. Okay, how about a battle between the Zoom Walls? North taking on East. Special teams can be a key to victory tonight. DJ Jones was special on the punt return. I don't know what number 20 for East was going for, but it helped Jones go all the way for the score.
A lot of air,
I know you've heard the saying, defense wins championships. North has heard that, and their defense was stout tonight. They paved the way for Jones to get another easy walk-in touchdown. The Panthers spank East 37-0.
All right, Fox taking on Lindbergh. Our first look at these two teams on our show this year. First is Jake Henlow with the nice catch into Fox territory. Good hands on that one. That's what you love to see. And he be the one who gets to finish off the drive as well. He goes in for the score. Now, Fox has some big plays, too. Check out this catch. Maybe the catch of the night. Let's see what's going up here. Kyle Gass, look at this. Ooh, contested on his head. We like that. Let's slow it down a little bit. Oh, with the defender draped all over him. One versus one crime right there. Lindbergh will go on to win this game 35-14 over Fox.
Our game of the week this week featured a big-time rematch. This is how last year's game ended for Kirkwood and Eureka. A goal line stand to win it for the Pioneers. So, was there a similar result this year? Let's go to the highlights. That's what you call a tease, folks. It was First Responders Night in Eureka, complete with a flyover and everything. And this game did live up to the hype. First, for Kirkwood, it's Deion Brown. Ahmad, you know this guy. He does a lot
What
of
can
highlights.
Brown do for you?
Know how
Score
this-
touchdowns.
You know how it's going to end. He goes all
Absolutely.
the way for the score. But Eureka has a pretty good running back as well. His name is Kevin Emmanuel.
He's really
and
good.
he hits pay dirt as well.
He's really
All
good.
right. For the second year in a row, this game came down to the final play. And this time it's Eureka with the last laugh. Bryce Clark drills a walk-off field goal. I was told it was over 40 yards. As time expires, Eureka beats Kirkwood 31-30.
I'm heartbroken.
Another great game.
I'm heartbroken
That's a
this
good
year.
rivalry.
Oh, man, it is. Great game.
And these two teams showed up for our Tackle Hunger initiative during the week as well. Eureka had the most food collected with 745 pounds this week, and we're up to almost 9,000 pounds of food collected in total this season. A great start through 3 weeks to help tackle hunger in the St. Louis area.
The Cardinals played tonight, but we're not going to say they played well. We'll talk about it coming up next. It was a big day out on Lucas and Hunt as the annual Ascension Charity Classic teed off. While a lot of fans were on hand today, officials are expecting an even bigger crowd with close to 20,000 people on hand for Saturday. That's a big time event. After day one, you're looking at your leaders. Podrick Harrington and Bernard Longer are the leaders. They both shot 6 under 65s today. And let me tell you, that's no walk in the park on that course. Fan favorite John Daly is also in the hunt. He's tied for 8th.
All things considered, things are still good for the Cardinals. They're 8 games up on the Brewers and in a prime spot for an NL Central title. But they've been bitten by some bad teams lately. Unfortunately, that trend continued tonight in Pittsburgh. Let's go to the highlights. Miles Michaelis on the hill, donning the throwback St. Louis Stars jerseys of the Negro Leagues. But the Pittsburgh Pirates rocking the Pittsburgh Grays unis, they looked a little bit better, and they played a little bit better. That's young star O'Neal Cruz. He has a 2-run double. The Pirates would keep pouring it on, and the Pirates go on to win 8-2.
Chasing 700 is sponsored by CarShield.
All right, we're over here. We're going to talk it out just a little bit.
Why not?
First thing about the Cardinals. Bad losses to the Nats, bad loss tonight to the Pirates. Like I said, they're still up pretty good.
But they're playing down to their competition right
They
now,
are.
unfortunately.
So you would say you're concerned a little bit.
I would not say that I'm concerned because this team pretty much has the Central wrapped up. So they're almost solidified in the playoffs. We're just trying to get down to that magic number. So not much to worry about. Their playoff spot is locked up.
It is nice to breathe a little bit
It is.
easy, I'll tell you that. One thing people don't do when Albert Pujols is up at the plate is breathe easy. We were there. We've seen him in person. The whole crowd goes totally silent, and they're just waiting for 700. 695 now. He grounded into a double play tonight. I think he might have grounded into 2 double plays tonight. He hits a lot in Pittsburgh. They got a lot of games against the Pirates coming up.
2 home runs, 4
We've been
RBIs
talking about
this
this
year.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I've always been positive, think it's going to happen. You think he's going to come up a little bit short?
My
What do you think
preseason
now?
prediction was he will come up 3 home runs short.
3.
I think if he plays every game and he's getting 3 to 5 at bats per game, he will get it. But if he's only batting once per game, he may not get those 5 home runs.
That's true. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to bet against Albert, though.
Don't do that.
And the Cardinals, like we said, are up enough. They can play him a little bit more. They got a lot of games against the Pirates. I think it looks good. I think he gets there. Okay, last thing. A couple things we're going to talk about. Up 8 on the Brewers. We said that's pretty good.
Yep.
You think you're good?
Yep, I think they're good.
I guess we don't have anything to talk about there. We
No,
both think
we don't.
they're good.
They're good.
All right, last thing. Yachty. Where has this come from? Since the calendar turned to September, the dude has had a power surge, and it's just been all roses for him.
The best players know when to turn it on, and now is the time to turn it off. The postseason is right around the corner. This is the guy we call the greatest catcher of all time here in St. Louis. This is what you expect of him.
That's almost exactly what Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol said after the game yesterday, and he had 2 home runs.
We listen to him a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, Adam Wainwright said he's getting a little slower, a little uglier, but he plays big when he's supposed to play big, and that's what we expect of Yachty.
Wainwright, Yachty, Albert.
Flaherty's pitching tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
It looks good. It looks good. You know what else looks good? Mizzou and Illinois tomorrow. They're both in action on the college football gridiron, and they're both going to be looking for their big playmakers to help them to wins. We'll look ahead coming up next. It's another big game for the Missouri Tigers tomorrow when they take on K-State, and another opportunity for our local star Luther Burden III to dazzle the college football world. As you know by now, Burden scored 2 touchdowns in his collegiate debut, living up to all of that preseason hype. But while he continues to dazzle the college football world, he's even catching the eye of former Tigers great and now Kirkwood head coach Jeremy Maclin. He said to be so young, Burden is so polished at wide receiver already, which makes Maclin believe the sky is the limit for number 3.
I think he's really advanced when you talk about knowing how to play the wide receiver position already. He's a tremendous playmaker. He can return punts. He can do all the stuff. You saw him this past Thursday. They put him at quarterback, did some other things with him. But his understanding of playing the wide receiver position at his age, where he's at, is pretty advanced.
The Fighting Illini are coming off a tough loss to Indiana and will be looking to get some revenge this weekend. The Illini are set to host the Virginia Cavaliers, who they lost to last year 42-14. Coach Brett Bielema said he loved the way his guys competed last week and is hoping they'll bring that spark again on Saturday.
We'll get them back this week, and I'd be very surprised if those that want to come to the game on Saturday, I think, are going to see a very motivated football team to be successful and hopefully have good results for Saturday.
11 a.m. kickoff for Mizzou and Kansas State tomorrow. Now, I got to be honest, in college, this was a nightmare. 11 a.m. kickoffs were the absolute worst. But now...
Is that because you had to start tailgating at 7:30?
Yeah.
Okay, I bet.
But now, roll out of bed, go to the couch, have some breakfast, ease your way into college football Saturday. I'm excited.
Let's just hope they get our early day started off with the win, and then Illinois follows that up at 3 with the win, and then we can have a great weekend.
Sounds good to me.
And then watch a bunch of NFL Sunday football. All right, that'll do it for 5 on your sideline. That's Corey Miller. I'm Ahmad Hicks. Check out some plays that didn't make the cut tonight. Have a good weekend.
Five on your sideline was sponsored by Seidenstricker Nobi John Deere.